Hi there, Sandra here from Create in Spain. I had a delivery today from Lidl and it wasn't groceries. Now, I've got two things that I found in the online catalogue. I chose to get them online simply because it cost me just as much to drive to the shop as it would to actually get it posted and delivered to my home. So this is for putting in sort of decorative rivets and things. Now, I already have a crocodile and I like this because I find that it does a great job, and because it has this length here, so I'm not confined to doing something very close to an edge. So this isn't to replace this. The reason I bought this particular kit was because of the bits that come with it. Now, the kit cost me €4.99, but this is what I'm after, and I find these really difficult to find locally. You can't find decorative ones at all. So this has got little butterflies in the four colours. They're silver, gold, red and blue. We have little squares, which are quite nice. We have some stars. We have hearts, and then we have these funny sort of horseshoe type ones, which personally I don't see me using a great deal. They could be a letter C, I guess, if you were at a push. But anyway, that's why I bought that. I wanted the actual rivets or whatever they're called. Okay, so that's the first thing. I will briefly show you these. I mean, this looks like it's pretty much standard. It's got nice grippy handles. I don't actually need this, so it's not something that I'm going to be using. I will most probably give that to my husband and he can have it down in the basement. And again, this is a setter. Now, I have found in the past that I don't find it easy to set these things by hand. Which is one of the reasons why I got the crocodile, and I don't need to set it by hand, so I won't be. Again, it has a lock function here. You can unlock it and then lock it back up again. But yeah, it's a full-size rivet kit, and it does have instructions on how to use it with diagrams if you're not familiar with how to do that. Now, the second thing that I got is this, which is an airbrush for water markers, basically. It comes with a set of markers. You can buy a set of 24, and I probably will buy another set of markers to go with it, because this doesn't give you much in the way of colour options. And it also comes with 5 stencils for you to use, and I've had a little play with it. It charges via a USB, so that end goes into there and then you charge it in a USB socket. It has a little light which shines a bright blue when it's charging and goes off when it's ready. Apparently you can use this for 40 minutes before it needs recharging. So I've had a little play with some of my own stencils, and I was just sort of messing around with it. Now, I'm used to having a proper airbrush, and this is no way going to replace a proper airbrush. But if you just want something to do a bit of colouring, a bit of colour blending, and you don't mind the dotty look of it, then you might quite like it. I'm going to keep this on my surface just to keep my surface clean. As with all airbrushes, the whole idea is that things are sprayed, so you do want to put something over your work surfaces. Having said that, these are washable markers, so you can get them off again, but it's always better not to have to clear up than to have to clear up. At least that's my take on it. So I know what the result is going to be if I use something that I've done myself, but what I want to show you is one of the stencils in the set. I'll show you the rest of them, but I just wanted to demonstrate something. So you will put stencil down and you will put a marker in, And I'm going to do this wrong deliberately because I want you to see what happens. So you just put it in as far as it will go, and then you press the button on the side to start it off. Okay, now you can see I got a bit of splatter from a previous marker. So bear in mind when you change colours, particularly from darker to paler, you'll want to spray off your surface first. And now I'm going to change to an orange one. And there we go. Now if you want it more solid, you can go over it again. The further away you take this from your paper, the finer the splatter is, but the further it splatters. So you do want to be aware of that. But if you want it really solid, you can go in quite close. There we go. And get a much more solid look. Every time I change markers on this, I end up pressing that button. Easy to use, but I press that button every single time. So here we are, we have the dress. But as you can see, we have various other things here as well. Now this isn't because of the stencil, it's because you're using something that sprays colour. So you want to mask off the item that you want to stencil, because if you don't, you're going to get other things around it, which is obviously probably not something that you actually want to do. So that's just a usage tip. Now because this is just watercolour markers, you should be able to just wash these off under the tap with some soapy water and get off any remnants of ink that remain. I'm just going to wipe it down with a dry cloth for the moment. Now there are 5 stencils in the set. I'll take the other ones out. And here are the patterns that you get. You have some animals. We have some words. And then we have this one here, which is really pretty, a tree and butterflies and a little bird. Very sweet. And of course we have the one which had the dress, the shoes and things like that on it. So you have a reasonable selection of stencils to use with it. And of course, if you've got your own cutting machine, you can make your own stencils. And if you don't, you can buy other stencils to use with it. So yes, it does what it says it does on the box. And it comes with its USB cable for you to charge it, the stencils, and the pack of 12 pens. Now what I did try, because I have some other pens which were purchased in Aldi a long while ago, I had a look at using other pens, but you can't. You need to have the pen that has the long nib. If it doesn't have a long nib, it doesn't go down far enough and it doesn't spray. So although I have pens of the right diameter, I don't have any other pens that will actually fit it. So I will, when the shop opens, be down there first thing, I suspect, to get another set of pens, the set of 24. So that will sort me out quite well. Now, when these actually run out of colour, I'll be refilling them because I know that's easy enough to do. You just add some ink and off you go. So if they run out, don't throw them out is definitely the key to making this kit last. It comes with a 3-year warranty from Lidl. You can also buy something very similar from a company called Jolly in the EU. And that has something which is pretty much identical to this without that on it. And It has the same sort of pens and everything as well. I don't know what the price is for that. I think this particular kit was €14.99. And considering you got the stencils, you got pens, and you got this, and a 3-year warranty, that's pretty good going. It does come with an instruction booklet should you need it, but to be honest, apart from all their safety guides in here, there's nothing to learn. So yeah, don't really need a brochure on how to use it. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again soon. Take care now.